Hi there, it's Sam from pootles.co.uk. Thank you very much for joining me today. Today's project is this one. Now, if you saw on my blog on a Thursday afternoon, I was part of the Stampin' Up! Stamparatus blog hop, and that was 20 of us from around the world who'd been selected by Stampin' Up! To take part in a blog hop, demonstrating different ways that you can use the Stamparatus. Now, I've gone for the hinge step technique because I believe that's what really sets our Stamparatus apart from any other stamp positioning tool. And some of the other demonstrators put videos on their blog posts on that day. I decided not to. I wanted to keep everybody working all the way around the hop. I didn't want anybody leaving my blog, going to my video and then not carrying on. So that's why I'm bringing it out today. And as I said, I did the hinge step technique, which is what got me these 5 perfect images, but it was 3-step stamping. So I'm going to show you just this part of what I did. But let me bring in the Stamparatus. Now, I love this piece of kit. It comes like this. This is the size of it. Great size. So it's about 7.25 by 7.25 inches, so about 19 centimetres. It's open on 2 sides. So if you're left-handed or right-handed, or you just like to work in a different way, it's up to you. So it will work in whatever direction you want. It has this bottom part here. So if you're using red rubber stamps, you work like this. If you're using photopolymer, which are thinner, you would put this on top. Now, I keep my Stamparatus, well, it's an instruction book, but obviously I don't really need the instructions anymore. I tend to keep it under there just to give it a little bit more elevation. We've got 2 crazy strong neodymium magnets, and they are quite thick, so do not put 2 of them straight. This is how strong it is. It's picking up through my knuckles and it's attracted to the other one. So only ever use 2 on this part. Don't put them loose on your grid paper. We also have 2 hinges, which is what I'm going to be, or 2 plates, which are removable, which technically gives you 4. I'm going to work with 3 of them, and you can remove them and get the hinge technique, which is again what I'm showing you. So I used Bike Ride for this part and Crafting Forever for this one. As I said, I'm just going to show you this part along here. So my piece of cardstock over here, for my card, I took a sheet of cardstock, cut it in half, got rid of that bit, and used it for something else, and folded it in half, and then I created my layers like that. And what I'd like you to have a look at in particular is these parts here. So this, the clear part that you can see is where the hinge part sits in. It goes in there, and as you can see, my card, I'm hoping you can see, goes exactly to that end of there and that end there. So if I make sure that this is positioned perfectly in the centre of there, I will get 5 images with a perfectly equidistant border on the left and the right. So that is a crucial thing. So don't just go slapping your stamped image down any old place. I've already got mine prepped up. I'm going to use different colours, just hopefully so that you can see them a bit better. So I've got Bermuda Bay, lightly stamping on there, or lightly inking. My magnet on, gently press down and lift. And then you lift this part up and move it along one mark. Lift and move. And keep going along. And along the last one. And I have my 5 all perfectly positioned. Okay, now I'm going to turn it round and I'm going to stamp this image now, which as you can see can go over the top. Now I've chosen to put them on in advance because it is 3-step stamping, and I can't get my head under the camera to get it perfectly aligned, so I chose to do that in advance. Oh, I forgot to put my magnet down to keep it in place. There we go. And you just come along and repeat the process. And you're stamping and positioning. Or inking, positioning, stamping. Inking, positioning, stamping. And so on. Okay. Oops. And obviously by the fact that I have prepped those two and the third stamp in advance, you could, well, when you're doing 5 of them, it might take a little bit of time on one card, but you can do a lot of repetitive stamping very, very, very easily. And then I'm going to take that one out, and I have got this one prepped up, because that's going to be the leaves. And stamp it down. Tra-la. Move it along. I've got a bit there that just likes to catch. And that is as simple as it is. Just keep moving it along, stamping, inking. So it's move, ink, stamp, move, ink, stamp. And that is done. Simple. How cool is that? Super clever. So, as I said, I decided not to share the technique video on Thursday, but do go back and have a look at that project if you want to. And I'm sharing it today. Anyway, thank you ever so much for joining me. Hope to speak to you very soon. Bye.